If you do not permanently erase these 5 things from your life before the year 2026, you will not fail. But you will be committing to a far worse fate. Listen, you will not collapse. Nothing catastrophic will happen. The true danger is more subtle. You will remain precisely as you are. Same patterns, same reasons, same ceiling. In a world that's evolving at light speed, choosing to stay the same is the single most perilous decision you can make. We are accelerating into an era where artificial intelligence is rewriting rules, new wealth is being created overnight, and entire industries are being reborn. Yet, most people are clinging to mindsets that stopped working a decade ago. Let's be brutally honest, people will line up for hours to upgrade a device, but won't invest 10 minutes to upgrade their own thinking. So before we step into 2026, we are going to perform that critical upgrade for you. There are 5 specific things you must permanently delete if you intend to grow and not be left watching from the sidelines. And the first one, this is where it gets personal. Thing number 1, you must delete your silent agreement with comfort. Yes, comfort. That seductive force that feels like a warm blanket, but acts like a slow poison. It's the partner that makes grand promises, delivers nothing, and still demands your loyalty. You know this dance. Every evening with conviction you declare, tomorrow I rise at dawn. Tomorrow I begin. And then morning arrives and your mattress transforms into a gravitational field. Your ambitions from the night before are now hostages. The gym saga is a classic. You acquire all the gear. Shoes close the bottle. You are in theory ready. You pull into the parking lot, psyche yourself up, and as your foot touches the pavement, that familiar whisper arrives. Maybe next week. But next week in your world is a mythical land that never appears. Your membership card is a monument to good intentions. Then there's the screen. You click play for just 1 episode, and 4 hours later, the platform itself is asking if you're still conscious. You've now become an expert in a plot you never cared about. And your couch, that's a vortex. You sit for a brief rest, and suddenly 2 hours have vanished into the digital ether. You're passively watching highlights of other people building empires, getting fit, transforming their lives while you're stationary. Comfort is turning you into a full-time audience member for someone else's story. And short-form videos, they're a next-level trap. Studies show the average person spends over 90 daily minutes mindlessly scrolling. That's not a break. That's a part-time commitment. Imagine redirecting those same minutes toward mastering a skill, constructing a business, or deepening your knowledge. By 2026, you'd be in a completely different league. But comfort vetoes that plan. It murmurs, just 1 more video. And before you know it, it's midnight. Your aspirations are weeping, your mind is foggy, and comfort pats you on the back for a day wasted. Look at elite performers. The legendary athlete who declines late, night gatherings to complete his training. He didn't consult comfort. He divorced it. Comfort feels like a friend today and acts like a thief tomorrow. The raw truth is this: immediate comfort delivers long-term erosion. Immediate discomfort builds long-term power. High achievers aren't supernatural. They've simply stopped having debates with their desire for ease. Consider the world-class cricketer who erased sugary foods and late nights from his life to reach the pinnacle. Comfort was not granted a visa into his world. You are not merely deleting a habit. You are deleting the iteration of yourself that consistently selects ease over evolution. The you that picks distraction over depth. The you that uses procrastination as a strategy. Your deepest goals have an intolerance for comfort. The second you get cozy, your potential begins to dim like a battery fading to black. But if you dissolve this pact, even marginally each day, a remarkable shift occurs. You begin evolving into the person your future self will look back and thank. Before 2026, you must erase your dependency on comfort, or comfort will erase your future. Thing number 2, you must delete the endless wait for perfect conditions. Let's acknowledge it. Many of us have been awaiting the right time. For so long, the right time has probably retired and moved to a beach somewhere. We tell ourselves, I'll begin when life calms down. But life is a storm that never fully settles. How often have you said, I'll start when I feel prepared, only to have your own mind counter with, actually, not yet. It's as if your brain has a premium subscription to procrastination. Examine your life now. Every unrealized dream is likely trapped behind one deceptive phrase. I'll start soon. But soon is the most prolific deceiver you'll ever meet. Soon translates to next year. Soon means after I fix everything else, which you haven't managed in the last decade. Soon is a polite synonym for never. And the irony is tragically funny. We postpone major life shifts for the most trivial reasons. I launch my project after this birthday. I'll save money once my friend repays that loan. You are essentially allowing your entire trajectory to be dictated by other people's social calendars and IOUs. The universe does not pause for perfect alignment. No one wakes up to a day where all stars align. Motivation is delivered on a silver platter. And the path is clear. Life isn't a movie trailer. Those who achieved didn't have flawless timing. They simply terminated the waiting game. Think of the ordinary people you know who are advancing. The acquaintance who launched a venture with a second-hand computer. The relative who cultivated a side income from their smartphone. The colleague who acquired a new competency while managing a full-time job. These individuals didn't wait for surplus funds, surplus hours, or a surge of inspiration. They began amidst the chaos. They carved success out of the disorder. And here's a universal constant. Every accomplished person has an awkward origin story. Their first attempt was clumsy. Their initial plan was rudimentary. Their first workout was humbling. It wasn't impeccable. It wasn't even presentable. But that exact roughness is why they improved. Because they initiated. Most people desire to teleport to level 100 without ever setting foot on level 1. They covet the trophy, not the training. They want the climax, not the climb. But launches are inherently messy. Launches are uncomfortable. That's precisely why the majority sidestep them. You wish to create content. Begin with your uncertain voice. You want physical transformation. Begin with your current body. You want to forge a business. Begin with a basic phone and free software. Readiness is a fairy tale. Action is the author. If you desire improvement in any domain, you must commence before you feel qualified, because qualified is a myth. Nobody feels fully equipped for the journeys that truly matter. Before 2026, you must delete the fantasy that circumstances will someday magically assemble into an ideal launch pad. The perfect moment is an illusion. The perfect excuse is abundant. Begin today. Begin flawed. Begin without a map. Begin nervous. Begin quietly. Begin uncertain. Begin exhausted. Begin messy. But begin. Because in hindsight, you'll realize the only true mistake was every instance you chose inaction. Thing number 3 you must delete. The addiction to vocalizing problems instead of solving them. Complaining. We've all mastered it. You, me, the person in the next room. It provides a strange sensation of activity, doesn't it? I'm so frustrated. This is unfair. Congratulations. You've just expended precious energy and remain in the exact same predicament. The examples surround us. The peer who endlessly critiques management but never updates their resume. The person who laments their finances while simultaneously browsing luxury websites for hours. You recognize this pattern. It is laziness wearing the costume of concern. It is fear masquerading as righteous outrage. Worse, complaining is infectious. Start once, and you create a vortex of negativity. Soon, you're in a digital circle where the main hobby is mutual grievance, sharing about work, prices, the system. The vibe is draining, drive evaporates, and your objectives dim while you compete in the who has it worst Olympics. Social platforms often function as massive complaint amplifiers. We scroll through others venting, feel a transient superiority, and inadvertently adopt the same passive mindset. By 2026, if we don't purge this habit, we risk becoming a generation with a doctorate in excuses and a kindergarten diploma in results. Now, observe those who erased complaining. The person who, instead of groaning about restaurant costs, learned to cook exquisite meals at home. Now healthier and wealthier. The individual who despised their job and, rather than whining, dedicated 1 daily hour to learning a digital skill. Within months, they had freelance projects and renewed self-worth. Even students who swap grumbling for focused study sessions see grades transform. Vocal dissatisfaction never fixed a single issue. Movement, however, always does. The beautiful part, movement doesn't demand perfection. Tiny, consistent steps compound. Complaints dissipate into nothingness and leave you stagnant. The directive is clear. Before 2026, purge complaining. Catch yourself when you slip into gossip, blame, or helpless rhetoric. Stop narrating the obstacle. Start scanning for the lever. Complaining is the easy path. Solving is the difficult one. But easy never built a legacy. Difficult forges your character. Easy shrinks your world. Difficult expands it. If you aspire to transcend mediocrity, before 2026, delete complaining. Treat it like uninstalling malware from your mind's operating system. Thing number 4, you must delete the paralysis of analysis and self-doubt. Overthinking. That internal narrator that converts a simple choice into a feature-length thriller. It's like having a chaotic film director living in your skull, inserting unnecessary plot twists into everything. Should I send this message? Should I publish this idea? Hours dissolve. Your mental energy is depleted, and your position hasn't changed a millimeter. Let's admit it, it's a universal pastime. You, me, everyone. That random person in line is likely imagining 17 ways this errand could go wrong. Consider the mundane moments. Deciding on a meal becomes an existential crisis. You open the refrigerator, contemplate nutrition, cost, effort, future implications, and end up ordering takeout. Bravo. Your overthinking just consumed 20 minutes and lightened your bank account. Larger ventures suffer more. People overthink launching a company, relocating, learning a language. What if I embarrass myself? What if it's a waste? My friend, the only guaranteed waste is the time spent in cyclical thought, not the attempt itself. Social media has multiplied this problem 1,000-fold. Daily, you witness curated perfection. Flawless meals, impeccable trips, radiant success. And your mind concludes, I am insufficient, and spirals into analyzing 50 personal flaws before lunch. You've invested an hour feeling inadequate and have nothing to show for it. Now, look at regular people who bypass this. The classmate who applied for that competitive program without over-analyzing and got in. The friend who started a channel with minimal equipment and grew an audience. The cousin who asked someone out without rehearsing every possible outcome and is now in a relationship. None possessed perfect schemes, timing, or confidence. They simply initiated, imperfectly, nervously, but they began. Think of the local entrepreneur who opened a small shop despite naysayers. No overthinking, just action. Now there's a queue outside, or the neighbor who began walking 5 minutes daily and now completes half marathons. They didn't await ideal circumstances. They didn't paralyze themselves with what ifs. The reality is doubt is instinctive, overthinking is a choice. Before 2026, you must delete this pattern. Stop convincing yourself out of possibilities. Stop writing the failure narrative. Stop rehearsing stumbles that haven't happened. Commence messy. Commence unsure. Commence afraid. The flawless, doubt-free version of you is a phantom. The flawless moment is a mirage. Delete overthinking. Delete self-doubt. Make minor decisions swiftly. Take imperfect steps and adapt en route. Thing number 5, you must delete the prison of external validation. This final one is insidious, often disguised as being reasonable or considerate. In truth, it's people pleasing and the hunger for approval. The preoccupation with others' perceptions before you make a meaningful move. Nothing extinguishes momentum faster than letting an imaginary committee direct your life. We all experience this. You have a spark, an idea, a creative impulse, the hesitation. What will they think? Will it be mocked? And suddenly the spark is smothered. You've traded potential for the approval of people who likely aren't even watching. Look around. It's pervasive. The talented individual who never shares their art for fear of laughter. The aspiring founder who doesn't start because family might question it. Even in minor choices, selecting attire for compliments over comfort. Editing your life to appear a certain way. Your existence becomes a carefully filtered performance for others, rather than the authentic, unpredictable adventure it is meant to be. Here's a liberating truth people who attain meaningful success in ventures, art, or simple joy. Stop outsourcing their self-worth. That creator you follow didn't become popular by committee vote. Those kids who started a podcast in a closet didn't seek universal permission. They acted. You must delete this before 2026. Cease waiting for an endorsement. Stop tailoring your path to fit external opinions. It's draining. It's unnecessary. It is quite literally stealing years from your one life. You do not require universal acclaim. You do not require universal comprehension. You certainly don't need a permit to live as you are meant to. Envision a life where you are indifferent to sideways glances and silent critiques. Where you make bold choices, experiment, stumble, learn, and grow without petitioning for permission. That is the life awaiting you. A life where 2026 becomes a platform for launch, not another archive of hesitation. So, before we cross into 2026, delete the silent agreement with comfort. Delete the endless wait. Delete the complaint loop. Delete the paralysis of thought. Delete the hunger for approval. That's 5 deletions. 5 invisible shackles removed. Do this, and you won't just navigate 2026. You will redefine it. You'll awaken with anticipation, not anxiety. You'll execute instead of hesitate. You'll create, build, speak, and laugh on your own terms. And the ultimate reward, you won't just be improved, you will become unstoppable. 2026 is on the horizon. Delete these 5 things and prepare for a transformation the world will notice. If this resonated with you, show some support. It truly helps the channel. Please give this video a like and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more content designed to upgrade your thinking. Thank you for watching.